And we are live. We are live, guys. Thank you for joining me, guys. Thank you. Thank everyone for joining me again for another show of Yard Chat. Good morning. Good morning. I'm going to say good morning, Jamaica. Good morning, New York. Yo, it's hot in New York today, people. It's hot. It's very hot. It's a heat wave. It's a heat wave. Right now, it's almost 10 o'clock a.m. in the morning. It's very hot. I think it's about 90 degrees already. If I let me check and see how hot it is outside, guys. So how's everyone doing this morning, guys? How's everyone doing? Listen, when you come in, leave the share the video, leave a like on the video, guys, so the video go out there in the algorithm. And guys, this morning we're going to speak on Medikk, the dancehall artist Medikk, missing since last year, August 24th, if I remember correctly. She went missing, and almost almost a year later, the body that was found, I think the body was, they found the body in February, and they reported, but they didn't know that if it was her body or not until DNA come in and confirm it's her. And guess what? No, people, check this out. And people, I get right into the show. I don't waste time, guys. I don't waste time. You know what I mean? So if you come into the if you come into the chat, just press the like button, guys. Press the like button so the video go out there. All right, guys. So yeah, so that's how the thing go, guys. Yeah, they found the body. They found the body, guys. They found the body, but it's not a good result. It's not a good result. The way she was murdered, guys. She was murdered, according to the police report. You know. Yes, guys. So how's everyone doing this morning, guys? How's everyone doing this morning? Thank you for joining me this morning. Press a like button when you come in, guys. I'm waiting for some people to come into the chat. You know what I'm saying, people? So, people, the reason why I get into the show right away when I come on live, and, because later I will upload it and, edit it or whatever, and put it up on the platform, as, video, so the video could go out there and reach, audience. So, so that's how I come in with an entry like that, guys, keeping it real, guys, keeping it real. So how's everyone doing this morning, guys? You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, we're all waiting and sitting back waiting for July 31st for the cartel decision. People, that's another one, man. That's another one, guys. That's another decision. That's a tough one. You know what I mean? Both parties brought forth information. And guys, listen, I mean? The last video I put up, some people leaving some good comments, and some people leave some, you have, people, everyone is entitled to their opinion. Everyone is entitled to their opinion, guys. Everyone is entitled to their opinion. No one, that's how the world is, guys. But it's very hot today, guys. Very hot in New York City today. It's hot. So, guys, so check this out now. So let's get into the show, guys. You know what I mean? Let's get into the show. You know what I mean? Let's get into the show this morning. You know what I mean? Listen, guys. You know what I mean? I have one person joining. Please press the like button, guys. You know what I mean? Let's get into the show this morning, man. Cause remember we had the dancehall artist Medikk. You know what I mean? Remember that young lady, Stephanie, aka Medikk Williams, went missing almost a year ago, August 24th, people. And the news reported in February they discovered a body in a sugar cane in Jamaica in St. Catherine. But according to the Fit Bailey, Mr. Bailey, I think he's the person on the case. Mr. Bailey came out and made a statement and said that they didn't know that if the body is Stephanie Williams, aka Medikk, or not. They did not know. But after they went and did some DNA testing, and they had clothes at the scene that was belonged to her, people. So they came to the conclusion to confirm after the testing of the DNA that the body that was in the sugar cane in St. Catherine in Jamaica confirmed to be Stephanie A.K. Medikk Williams, a dancehall artist. But I called it to Mr. Bailey. Mr. Bailey, people, I did a video earlier, but not, I didn't really get into detail. But when I go live, I get into more detail, people. I get into more detail. So according to Mr. Bailey, he's saying that it seemed like it was like a personal relationship crime that was committed because through the investigation, people, through the investigation. Some things here, no, because after they found the body and they did the DNA testing and they came back and confirmed to be that Stephanie Williams, people. You know what I mean? So after they carry out the remains of the Jamaican dancehall artist Medikk, whose real name is Stephanie Williams, has led investigators to believe that she had died from bullet wounds. Skeleton remains suspect to be those of Medikk were found earlier this year on February 14 in a cane field in Central Parish of St. Catherine in Jamaica. Williams went missing on August 24th last year, almost a year, guys, almost a year. When skeleton remain was discovered, DNA analysis revealed that the bones belong to Williams. The matter has since been upgraded to a case of murder, which it should be. So, so that's what they're saying, guys, that no, it's a murder case, which it should be, because how, you cannot overlook that when they discover and did, the wounds and where she died from gunshot bullet wounds. And that is where they confirm how she died and died from the gunshot wound, people. So it's a lot of questions. I mean, I remember they did a little investigation about the boyfriend might have something involved. But Mr. Bailey came out a couple months ago and made a statement and confirmed that the person that carried out and to carry out, or you said the assassin, the murder, or gave permission, was currently serving time in jail for another crime or whatever it is. But you know what I mean? It's sad to see how this case turned out, guys, because I remember when this case first came out, and I said the first 24 hours is very crucial, or 48 hours is very crucial. And there was so many things. They had the phone, the phone tower pinpoint her phone was, close by in the area. They follow up on that. That came up a dead end. You know what I mean? And to find out, you know what I mean, they had a video that someone came to her house, pick her up. She had surveillance camera on premises. Someone in a black car came to the house. So people, you know what I mean, the police have a lot of leadway to go now. You know what I mean? Listen, if they could find the DNA, if that's her DNA, is a possibility that they could find a DNA if someone who was in a proximity area of her, who was there in the immediate area, so they could do DNA. That's people. You know what I mean? And I went on record earlier through that video, and I let people know that, listen, we have to take a very serious look at these cases, because a lot of people in Jamaica, you know what I mean, they're getting murdered, people, they're getting killed. And when you look at it, it's over nonsense, over some relationship, or controlling, or abusive, or however you look at it. You know what I mean? A lot of people getting killed. Look what happened to Stephanie Williams, young lady. And despite of how people saying that, you know what I mean, in dancehall, it's a dog eat dog world. We all know that in the music industry is corrupt. But at the same time, Jamaican people cannot turn their head and look and say, or crime and people getting murdered or getting killed. We have to take a look at it. The system have to change. In Jamaica, and people have to change it. Why? Because it's the people in Jamaica doing the crime. Even though someone give you you want to do this, you have to make a choice what you do. And it seemed to me a lot of people in Jamaica are making very, very bad choices and end up in situation where, they're in the system. They are in the system. And that's why I tell people, we need justice. And you know, unfortunately, Stephanie mother, you know what I mean, it's a very sad situation because, you know, we were hoping and praying that it didn't end like this. But reality always in the back of my yard chart head, that you know, there's cause and effect, and we know that certain things happen. In this case, to her, someone came to her house in a black car, pick her up, you know, the phone, pinpoint the tower, you know, all these things. You know, but unfortunately, you know, this is a parent's worst nightmare. You understand? To get that news, and you know, and for months and almost a year, uh, you know, Miss Williams hold out, hoping and praying to the Most High that her daughter come home alive, you know, alive. It doesn't matter what condition, but alive, alive. But people, it didn't end well, you know what I mean? And you know, it's sad. And but hear this now. This the reality part is this, that someone have to be held accountable. And the police in Jamaica, you know, and not to, and I believe this case got overlooked with the cartel case. You know what I mean? A lot of people were so focusing on the cartel case, and I always did, you know, videos about this young lady got this, you know, that got kidnapped or got missing and then got murdered. Basically, that's what happened. She got abducted, she got kidnapped, or whatever it is, and got murdered. You know what I mean? Because you know, someone came to her house, someone made that phone call. So these are the things that the police in Jamaica have to go look at, and see where they could go with this case, because people, justice have to prevail in Jamaica, and justice, that's the only way in Jamaica. We have to be truthful, Jamaican people. If we know something, we have to say something. The changes start with the people, not with the government, because it's the government, it's the people that make the government, not the government make the people. And that's when people in the world and realize that Jamaican people realize, because I'm focused on Jamaica, but Jamaican people have to realize that they have the power as well. We the people, if the people come together and work together and tell the government what they're doing, you need to change the laws. Certain things need to be changed. But on the second hand, everyone are responsible. And we're going to go back to the word yard, and I'm going to give a definition of yard, and is you are responsible daily. So each and every person has to be responsible for their action. So the people in Jamaica, are they supplying the system with the propaganda, because they are doing the crime? They are the one doing the crime. It's the same thing with, you have the Vybz Kartel case with all these accusers. You know what I mean? And couple people made some comment on the video I did a couple days ago. I put up, and making comment how about, oh, I don't know the case, I don't know what's the case. Listen, people, I know the cartel case, and all I know is that this case is being prioritized in Jamaica, overlooking all the other cases. And that's what the judges asking, why this case is so important. People, let me tell you why this case is so important, and why Stephanie Medikk Williams' case is also important. Someone have to be held accountable. Someone have to be reliable for what happened. And it's the same thing in cartel case. And people, not to take nothing away from Stephanie Williams, the thing in the cartel case is this. People don't understand, and all these people jumping on the cartel bandwagon on a train going nowhere. I don't know where they're going. I don't know where they're going. World boss of what? You know, world boss of what? And I'm not a cartel hater, but I'm just being truthful, people. I'm being truthful. I'm not going to let no one dictate to me how to feel and how to move. That's that don't work like that in this world. So that's what I'm saying. These cartel followers, I don't think they live in a real world. And the problem in the cartel case, and where nobody want to speak about, is this: cartel cop to 25 years to life in prison instead of 35 years to life in prison. Cartel plea and cop, and when you plea and cop to something, that means you say you are responsible, what the consequences that comes with that. And the consequence that came with that, that was 25 years to life. And that is a conflict what they have in now in Jamaica with this case with the cartel. They all know a crime was committed, because cartel already cop plea deal to a lesser charge. So what Buchanan and the other lawyers, what they are doing, they are relying on the breach of the the Constitution right, because they cannot use the tampering of the jury no more. Because that case is done with. It's a new case. Like Buchanan said, it's a fresh start. So everything is fresh. So if you look at it from a fresh, everyone came to one point that something happened, and that's how it is, guys. So I'm going to leave that case alone. That's how I feel about it, guys. Something happened. Something happened. So it's away from the cartel. We have to get justice for Stephanie Williams. Who came to the house? Who picked her up? Who made the phone call? This person who jailed that who said he's responsible to make the call, said to send out whatever directive. And we see the consequences from those directives. So the police have a lot of leeway to go look at this case, guys. They have a lot of leeway. I mean, that means someone deliberately killed our people. You understand? I don't know why this thing keep coming off my speaker, but this is the covering. But I hope my sound is right. You know what I mean? And so how's my sound, guys? How's my sound? People, guys, make sure you leave some likes in the chat. Make sure you like the video so the video go in the algorithm, guys. So now they came to the conclusion that this case is a murder case now, because when they did the autopsy, not the autopsy, when they did investigation on the body, as they say, a pre-mortem, or to carry out the remains, to see what happened to her, how she died, when they found bullet wounds, guys. So we want to know who's responsible, what happened. Just like how they could get DNA, from, most likely they could get DNA if anyone was there, guys. So the matter has been upgraded to a case of murder. In addition to her music career, Medikk owned a manufacturing distribution company called Raybon Holistic, that made natural personal skin care items in Kingston, Jamaica. But the problem is, from what I'm hearing, she had some appointment to go make like a video recording. Remember that one, guys? Remember that one? We have to remember these things, guys. Remember that one she had, and they said the person cancel it and move it. I think it was from a Thursday, and they did to a Sunday. So I don't quite remember, but one of those days, guys. So that was the last time she was seen. The black car came in the premises, left the premises. That's seen on the video camera, leaving her home or residency. That was the last knowing whereabouts, or that was it, guys. That was it, guys. So basically, that's it, guys. You know what I mean? What Jamaican people going to do now about that? Because, like I said, this case, I think it got overlooked. Overlooked by the cartel case. A lot of attention, wasn't given to this case. But no, I'm glad that, the mother got some closure, but not the closure that she wanted. You know what I mean? But guys, leave your comment. Let me know how you guys feel about this one, because what it is, they have to be justice for Medikk. And despite of that, they have to be, Jamaican have to sit behind and stand behind justice for all people, not just certain people, because certain people have money, to fight the charges. No, it's justice for all. It shouldn't be, people have different standard of life because they have, in a better house, better cars, a better lifestyle. No, everyone should be treated fairly in Jamaica, and unfortunately, sister, in Jamaica is not fairly. That's what I'm saying. They need justice for Stephanie A.K. Medikk Williams, and they need justice in the cartel case. We need justice in that case, because we all know that something went down. We all know something went down. On July 31st, we will know, or August 1st, we will know. We came and talked this morning. However the decision is, we will know. A decision must be made. Must be made, guys. It cannot be in limbo like this. But all I know is this. We have a lot of people don't look at this case with a reasonable mind. A lot of people looking at this case, oh, cartel constitution right was breached. And why it was breached? Because the Jamaican system is backed up. And Isaac Buchanan know that. All these lawyers know that. The DPP, they know that. The judges, they know that. They all know the system is backed up in Jamaica. So how can it's not being deliberately done? Because that's how it is. So now the judge, like I said, the judge saying to both parties that, okay, no, this case is prioritized. No, other cases going to move back. Now you're going to have other people complaining, oh, we've been waiting for so long on this and that. Do you think people are going to appreciate someone doing something like because of their status, people? Keep it real. Let's keep it real. You think a lot of people are going to be happy about that? People who were locked up in prison, probably longer than cartel people, them locked up in prison for 20 years and wrongful in prison and waiting for their case to come up, and knowing that the case come up in the next 2 weeks or a week, and knowing that, oh, someone can tell, oh, because of this case, your case get moved back for another year or two. What do you think? You think people feel good about that in prison? Come on now, people. Let's be real. Let's be real. We are all humans and we had feelings. That's how people operate. We are not machines or AI or robots. We are not. We know there's going to be a time when people are going to operate like that because with how technology is going. I mean, me hear people talk some, oh, the bulldozers your house and concrete DNA. People, they could drill and get DNA. People, you know, I tell you, some people don't understand where technology, where the government. I'm not going to say the government because some of these people operate outside the government because the government go to them for help. Some of these people, private company, their technology is way, I'm telling you people, their technology is way out there, guys. Technology is way out there. Technology is way out there, guys. That's what people don't understand. So, you know, so the Justice McDonald Bishop is asking the prosecutor why this lizard case is so important to the prosecutor case, to why they bending over backwards for this case. People, all parties are aware that this case, if this case go forward, money going to be involved where people have to pay money. That's how it is. No one cannot hide from that. No one cannot hide from that. So you cannot make an argument about, oh, it's going to cost money, this and that. Listen, if you're fighting for your life and you have the money should not be an object. So you can't be complaining, oh, but you are in a predicament that you put yourself in. So you cannot come to court and make your lawyer, Isaac Buchanan, make a case about, oh, these the financial is a burden. That had nothing to do with the case, people. That had nothing to do with the case. And I keep telling people, the judges are looking like this. Okay, we consider your argument. The judge considered both parties, the prosecutor and defendant argument. The judge are considering that. But hear this now: you cannot, as a defendant, you cannot make excuses for. And the judges keep in mind, oh, didn't your client cop to a deal earlier, and instead of getting 43 years to life, he copped up to getting 25 years to life to come out the year 2043. 56 or however it go. Don't you think the judge are aware of this? But the judge want the prosecutor to be upfront and present the case properly, because in the first case it was a mishap. There was a lot of loopholes in that case. But despite of all the loophole that occurred in the case, when cartel lawyer Isaac Buchanan and the other attorneys, when they made the appeal to go to the judge, it was not about the defendant or co-accuser if it was innocent. It was about breach, the tampering of the evidence, the tampering of the jury, the whatever misconduct and the breach of. It was not about the legal case and the crime. It was not about that. So that is why the Claudia Thompson went to the judge and said, listen, we cannot overlook, beside of the that happened in the case. Yes, we made some mistakes. Yes, mistake was made on both parties. But beside of that, we cannot overlook that a crime was committed, because these men that we say to let go cop a deal to a lesser charge. And when you cop a plea to something, that means you acknowledge you acknowledge what you did. So if you get a lesser charge, that's all it is, people. Let's be real. And these people that Gaza boss or world boss, however you want to call these people, they are not looking at this realistically with a reasonable mind. They're looking at this, oh, his rights, this and that, but it's more than that. And people keep forgetting a crime was committed, and unfortunately is getting overlooked by all breach of constitution right, juror misconduct. But who was the person behind the juror misconduct? Who trying to bribe a juror? Where's the source coming from? I did a video on that. Who? The 5 W's. Who? You understand? So you have a lot of people on YouTube make a lot of video, guys. You have a lot of people on YouTube make a lot of videos, and they are entitled to their opinion. But it's not everyone's opinion is right. How YARDCHAT come to the understanding? Because how the world is going now, we have all of these people with their point of view on different religion, this and that, and look at this condition and the state of the world now. So everyone cannot be right, people. And Your Honor, I rest my case. Plain as simple as that. You understand, people? It's plain as simple as that. Plain as simple as that. So that's why I figure I'll come on this morning, because, I tell people, listen, every Friday I come on and do the live podcast. And so, I might do videos a little bit later on because it's still early. It's only 10:52 New York time. And I hope, these videos go to Jamaica, go to Japan. That's why I hashtag these videos to people, because I want people to realize that, the way how Jamaica going is not going well. It's not known well, and people fail to understand that when this court went to the UK, they said they brought how many boxes of evidence, suitcase of evidence, and people, they have evidence. And right now, the news came out yesterday. The news came out where the prosecutor made their last, what you call it, submission to the court or argument, or so no, the judges, they're gonna relax. And people, hear this now, hear this. And something always dropping YARDCHAT vibes. Hear this now, people. we know that they said the term over July or September. People, hear this now. And do we know election coming up in Jamaica next year? Listen, the way things going right now, I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised if this case put off till the end of the year. The reason why YARDCHAT say that, because I believe the judges are in a rock and a hard place. Because you're looking at a case where a person, constitution, right? And it's a serious, people. It's serious. And I'm being fair. You see how now I'm being fair, people? You see now it's a balance. It's a balance. And I'm not a cartel hater. I'm not like that. But I look at this on a reasonable mind, on a logical mind, people. Okay, the balance now. The judge, like I said, they're in a very, very tight space, because you cannot overlook someone's constitution right. Because if you overlook it, you open up doors. You are open up doors. And Jamaica cannot afford right now the doors. Okay. So, and on the other hand now, with the evidence that they have and the evidence that they're looking at, and what the evidence the prosecutor is bringing, because the prosecutor have evidence, people. Buchanan said they submit paperwork. Okay. And he keeps saying paperwork. And he went on record, because Buchanan have a very big mouth, people. Keep it real. You know, he loves to go on social media on his platform on TikTok because I follow him because I want to know what he's chatting about people. And it's not to follow him mockery, just to hear what coming from his mouth. So if I do speak, he cannot say, "Oh, I didn't say that," because I'm speaking from paraphrasing what he's saying. Not exactly, but you know what, you got my drift, people. So what I'm saying now, we cannot overlook his country, because if you do, on the other hand, the prosecutor, they know, and the parties, they know a crime was committed, people, because they have proof. So the judges are right now, they are in limbo, because no one, they just deliberating, speaking about, having good talk, lunch over it, whatever. Everyone come together and they're having some type of communication over what decision to make, what happened, blah 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 blah, all of that. And I'm sure that's what they're doing. But they are at a place where they have to make a decision, and they are in the middle. They are in the middle. The right and the left, both parties are there. They are in the middle, and they know his constitutional right violated, and a crime. And if you keep him in prison, you're violating his, because the appeals say that his rights violated, and the jury tampering. Not even to worry about the jury tampering. The most important thing is his constitutional right, because that affects me and you. You understand? So are they violating his constitutional right intentionally? I'm going to go on record and say no. Why? Because there is proof, and I go by proof and belief of what is present, that they have proof. They have proof, people. So the judge is going to have to make a decision. And they have proof that, how they have another proof, they have that the system is backed up. That's the main proof that they have. So even if they try to rush, or there's cases, it's just the standard procedure. So it wasn't intentionally done, because that the system. So blame the system. Okay, change the system. But you cannot overlook, like the prosecutor is saying, you cannot overlook that we have evidence here that Kartel and his accusers did something. And when we went back, and Justice McDonald went back earlier in this proceeding, and she said that in the name of justice for the people. For who? For Jamaican people. Not for the government people, for Jamaican people. For Jamaican people. And that's the problem. Jamaican people do not understand the laws. Because if you have an attorney went on record, Mr. Buchanan went on record and said, "Oh, these people in Jamaica, them dunce, I'm not wasting my time." But you know the law. If you're not going to educate them, you're part of the problem. You understand me, as a people? He's part of the problem. If you're speaking like that, you are part of the problem. But away from that, these judges, you have Marva McDonald Bishop, and you have Fraser, and you have Paulette Williams. I don't know if they're going to come to a decision by July 31st. I don't know. But all I know, they have to make a decision. And a decision in the name of justice, people. That's what McDonald Bishop, she's saying, in the name of justice, for justice. So that's saying something. And they say they know the law. And I think these three individuals already know the outcome, but they have to double check with themselves to make sure the decision that they're going to render is the best decision in justice. You heard what I said, people? In justice. Because despite of what everybody is saying, allegedly, people are saying Lizard is dead. So in the name of justice, follow me, people, in the name of justice, just like Medikk, Stephanie Williams deserved justice because someone took her life. And just like in the name of justice, for Lizard, we don't know. Allegedly, we don't know. But come on, no Jamaican people, no. Come on, no. Come on, no Jamaican people. So Jamaica have a decision that they have to make. I hear this now. Here I'm going with this now. And I never did this before on the show. There's a spiritual side to it now. Because you know Jamaica is a very, I'm not going to say religious, but spiritual. Everybody in Jamaica is spiritual and this and that. If Jamaica, hear me people, this is more than cartel. And this is more, this is more than Stephanie, aka Medikk, on this side of the level, on this side of the spiritual side of it. This is more than them. This is a testing for Jamaica foundation. And if Jamaica don't tighten up on that foundation and make the right decision, when they open that door, open that gate, God help Jamaica. God help Jamaica, because you cannot turn away and look the other way and say, oh, we know something occurred, but where's justice for that person that life was taken? Besides, by say, oh, he was no good, this and that, this and that, this and that, this and that. But he's still a human being. That's the point where YARDCHAT coming from. If Jamaica do not tighten up on morality, this way is going, morality, and it's the same way what happened to America. I'm coming live from America, people. I live in New York. Just like a couple years ago, we have one president that signed different laws and different bills. We see what's going on now. That opened doors. Beside of that, me not even want to talk about that, but beside of that, we have the people in Jamaica, if they look and turn the other way, where's their morality? Because once you open that door, prepare for the consequences that come when that door is open. You don't know what's coming through that door. So, for justice and righteousness and truth, if they have proof, which I believe they do, that these accusers are guilty. And the reason why, and I'm coming to an end, people, and the reason why I'm saying this, because don't forget, these accusers plead deal. And when you plead deal, that means lesser charges. But you acknowledge So if they acknowledge it, then that acknowledgement is still there. So if you acknowledge it, then that means you are responsible, and you should be held reliable and responsible. Just like Medikk, when they find the people that did what, they should be whole or held accountable. Same thing in the cartel case. They should held accountable, people, in the name of justice. Just like I said, because if you turn your head and look the other way, that's a problem for Jamaica. That's a big, not just for Jamaica, for the world, because that's what the world do. The world now is turned away and calling a right wrong and a wrong right. Everybody is turned away. So if Jamaica turn away from this one and open that gate and loses morality and morals and character, we have a little bit left. Where's justice? Where this system gonna go after that? Anything could go. Anything could go, people. Guys, listen. Leave your comment. Leave your comment on this one. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, Stephanie A.K. Medikk, they found her body back in February. They did the DNA testing. But according to wrap up, according to Mr. Bailey, the person that sent out that directive is in prison currently, presently, but gave a directive. They did the DNA, came back, confirmed it is her. Again, my condolences to the family. You know what I mean? Miss Williams. You know what I mean? It's not a good one. So, in the name of justice, people, for the name of justice for the people, as Justice McDonald Bishop said, for the name of justice for the people, justice have to fulfill for Stephanie A.K. Medikk. And despite of everyone saying if Lizard is not here or whatever, we don't know, he deserves justice as well, because this is a case is more than that, is to examine Jamaican morality. And if those people turn their head and look away from this and say, oh, we understand the Constitution right was breached, but at the same time, like the prosecutor said, Claudia Thompson, blunder were made, but we cannot turn our head and overlook because a crime was committed. We know a crime was committed. So if we turn and say, all right, guys, thank you for joining this morning, guys. I've been on for 45 minutes, almost 45 minutes, guys. So, guys, listen, how you guys feel this morning? Listen, you know what I mean? It's hot in New York. I think it's almost like 100 degrees. It's very hot, very hot, very hot. I mean, guys, if you're in New York, you listen to this, make sure you drink a lot of water. You know what I mean? Stay in a cool place, hydrate yourself. You know, if you're not at home or you're in a place that where you go to the mall, go to Costco, walk around, cool off, people. You know what I mean? Take care of your kids, guys. Make sure they, stay hydrated. Until next time, guys. All right.